What's up, you SEO wizards? Let's talk about link building. This is going to be a two-part series. This first one's going to be very beginner friendly, and in the second one, I'm going to be walking you guys through how I find and how I sort through link building opportunities. So you definitely don't want to miss that one. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get into the video. The first thing we're going to talk about is what is link building and why is it important. So link building is the process of generating backlinks, and backlinks are basically a link from one website to another. So backlinks are an important part of the approximately 200 ranking signals that Google has to determine whether or not a website has authority and where it should rank in its search engine. Backlinks basically work like a system of votes. So to put it very simply, the more votes or backlinks that a website has, the higher the authority of that website, and in theory, the easier it's going to be to rank for keywords and to perform organically online. Now, it obviously isn't as simple as that. Backlinks and link building are a whole world of their own. Nowadays, the quality of the vote or the backlink matters a lot more than the backlink itself. So in terms of how we determine the quality of a backlink, that's something that we're going to cover in just a moment. But the important thing is how crucial backlinks are and how link building should be an important part of every SEO strategy, especially if we're trying to target competitive keywords. So anyway, let's talk about what makes a good link, a link that would be really interested in targeting. Understanding this is extremely important, and if we're starting out with link building, I really recommend writing all these ideas down and having them as a sort of checklist when we're out and looking for those links. The first thing that we're looking for in a link is authority. So I am going to be covering this topic in depth in part 2 of this video, but we basically want backlinks that already have backlinks from other relevant websites. These are backlinks that already have authority, that are passing their authority on to us. A second thing that makes a really great link is relevance. So relevance is the name of the game in SEO in 2022 and moving forward. In my opinion, this is basically neck and neck with authority. We need to make sure that the links we're getting are relevant to our website. Let me give you guys an example. If I have a keto website where I talk about keto recipes, when I'm doing link building, I'm looking for websites in the food space, in the health space, and in the nutrition space. I wouldn't really be interested in a backlink from a website that talks about car reviews, for example. That website that talks about car reviews isn't super relevant to my specific area of expertise, which in this example is keto. So the relevance of the link that's coming in is going to matter a lot. Google can see right away whether a link that's coming in is relevant to your website or not. It's important to focus on relevance as much or even more as we focus on authority. A third thing that makes a great link is the placement. So where is that link being physically placed on that page? Is it being placed on the footer? Is it being placed on the sidebar? Ideally, we want to get our links to be placed directly in the content. So those are in content links, and those are the hardest ones to come by. And as a result, those are the ones that provide the most value, right? So the rarer the links, the higher the value most of the time. I'm also going to talk about this a lot more in part 2. The fourth thing that makes a great link is the anchor text. So the anchor text is a specific text that's directly on top of the link, and this text sends a really clear message to Google in terms of why that website is using that link, what's the purpose of the link, what are you interested in the other website. That's what we use anchor text for. If we can influence those anchor texts, this is an easy way to add in keywords in there, but we do need to be very careful. We don't want to overdo it. We do want to have a balance between links that have natural anchor texts and optimized anchor texts. So Google is very good at seeing when anchor texts are manipulated and when they aren't. But it's important to be aware that these are an important part of link building. And finally, the fifth idea that makes a great link is whether a link is no follow or whether it's do follow. These are very important characteristics of links inside of SEO. A no follow link will be a link that doesn't pass on any authority, while a do follow link does. So when we're looking for links that are going to move the needle in the search results, we are always looking for do follow links. No follow links are also important to have, but do follow links are the links that are going to impact our search rankings the most. Let's talk about some ways to get links and what are the best link building strategies that we can use to get links today. So there are 4 main ways to get links. By far, the most cost-effective, the best way, and most likely the most powerful backlinks you're going to get are going to come through links that you've earned. These are links that are organically generated by the content that you're producing. So people read, see, share your content, and as a result, they send a link back because they want other people to consume the content that you've created. So this content can come in all shapes and sizes. It can be written content from a blog post. It can be visual content, an infographic, or an image. There's a lot of different types of content that we could be creating. So when we earn links, those are most likely going to be the most powerful and the most relevant links. That's why if creating phenomenal content isn't a priority in your SEO strategy, you need to stop and rethink everything you're doing, because everything in SEO stems from great content. So we want to create great content first, and as a result, we will earn great backlinks. The second way we can get links is directly asking for links. There's a lot of link building strategies here. In part 2, I'm going to talk about the strategies that I've seen that are most effective and that have performed the best for me and for my clients. But some of the ones that I've used most often are guest posting, link exchanges, resource page links, hero or help a reporter out, and broken link building. So there's plenty more strategies. There's a lot of resources out there that you guys can check out to talk about all these different strategies. I recommend you guys do your research, but those are the ones that I've used the most often and that I've seen the most success with. But guys, the main thing that we need to focus on when we're asking for links is building relationships. We shouldn't just be asking for links. Those emails definitely won't end successfully. I am going to be covering a lot more of that in part 2 of this video. Guys, the third way we can get links is by directly adding links. So these type of links will most likely be the lowest value links, but if you're starting out, these are helpful and easy links to get at the start. So these include social links, so links from any social profiles that you have, whether that's Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, so on and so forth. Directory links, this is especially important if you're in the local SEO space. And there's also a lot of forums and those type of resources where you can add your backlinks. The fourth and final way you can get backlinks is by paying for them. So this is strictly against the Google Webmaster Guidelines, and I seriously don't recommend paying for links, because more often than not, the links that you pay for are going to be of very low value or of no value at all. There are very specific scenarios where it would be reasonable to pay for a link, perhaps if it's a very high quality link, and that's the last resort that you have to move the needle on that agreement, then that could be something that helps in that specific circumstance. But I highly recommend not paying for links. If Google catches you in a link building scheme or paying for links or using a public blog network, the consequences are really, really severe. So I highly recommend not paying for links. Anyway, guys, if you guys want to check out part 2 and my more advanced link building video, I'm going to be adding it right here. Guys, otherwise check out this video where I talk about the most common link building mistakes that people make. I'll see you guys in the next one.